Today on the channel, let's return to the Kyle Peterson Top 5, and to say this is full of blood and guts, well, you'd be right, as today we're counting down my top 5 AEW jazwares blood and gut figures of all time.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with another edition of the Kyle Peterson Top 5, a Thursday tradition here on the channel. As each and every single Thursday we're doing a Top 5 and occasionally Top 10 countdowns, and today we're back to the Top 5 variety as we're counting down my Top 5 favorite AEW Jazzwares blood and guts figures of all time. One of the funnest sublines we've ever had in wrestling figure history. Yes, I said it, Todd McFarlane. It is an absolute game changer of a line. If you're a longtime wrestling fan or a blood and guts wrestling fan, maybe you love stuff from Japan. Big Japan was your thing back in the day. You love the blood and guts of the territories of old. Or you're like me, you first kind of learned about blood and guts through ECW once upon a time. Whatever it may be, it is really fun to get these bloody figures. Now, we've had bloody figures in the past. Looking over to Jakks, the Terry Funk Classic Superstar is an all-timer of a figure. But man, oh man, did Jazzwares kill it with their blood and guts line. And unfortunately, there's no more blood and guts to be had at this point. They are, as far as we know, done with blood and guts figures going forward. You know, there's always a Hail Mary opportunity. You never know how 2026 may end up. But as we know right now, we've had quite a few, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to count it down, and we're going to start at number 5, work our way to number 1. Number 1 being my absolute favorite blood and gut figure of all time. And once again, as you know, this is my list. Put your list in the comments down below. But a very influential line, there's no doubt about it, as we're seeing now Mattel taking steps to have more blood and guts in their figures as well. Started with the defining moment, bruised up Cody. Not quite blood, but a little damage. We're on our way. We got the defining moments, Mankind Mick Foley with the busted up bloody face with the tooth coming through the nose. And now we got a bloody version of New Jack around our way later this year. So really influential as far as action figures as a whole, where it even influenced Mattel to do some of these things. So a very, very banner line, and I'm here to celebrate it, and that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to start it off at number 5. We begin the blood and guts countdown, of course, at number 5, and maybe a little bit of a deep cut for the blood and guts line. I'm not sure if this was one that I would have assumed they would have made, as let's be honest, AEW has had a lot of blood over the years, especially on their pay-per-views, but even on Dynamite, Collision, things like that. I was a little shocked when this came out, especially as this one being this character's first ever Jazzwares figure, but beggars can't be choosers, so we go to the Ringside Collectibles exclusive blood and guts Wheeler Yuta, an interesting one, an item that shows off very well on display. The blood against the beautiful soft goods jacket. You get a Ring of Honor first time title belt in the line at the time. Some fancy pants and even blood on the shoes as well. A very cool looking figure that I can see people part swapping and moving things around from. But man, oh man, is it violently bloody on this figure. Obviously, you got the blood on the face, but his whole chest is full of blood as well. Just giving that extra oomph to these figures. And that's one thing I love about Jazzwares blood and guts. They don't just put the blood on the face. It's on the hands. It's on the palms. It's all over the place. And it is very, very fun. And this Wheeler one, a bit of a surprise how much I like this one. And he comes in number 5. Next up at number 4, we got maybe the definition of blood and guts as far as AEW goes. A guy that likes to bleed so much, he actually had 2 blood and guts figures. Where are we going? Well, we're going to the 2nd edition, and we're going to one Jon Moxley. Now, Moxley's had some up and down figures. There's no doubt about it over the years from Jazzwares. Some really good, some really bad. This one, honestly, in between, but what brings this one to the dance, brings it to the table, brings it to the number 4 position, is the blood on the face. Just absolutely caked up all over the place. You do get the title belt, you do get the soft goods shirt, you do get the leather jacket. There's extra value with this one if you want to do part swapping, and that's one thing about the Jazzwares figures they don't maybe get enough credit for, is the ease of swappability as far as body, legs, things like that. And then accessories as well. So there's a lot of stuff you can mix and match between your Jon Moxley figures. But this one, very stunning in package. Phenomenal packaging on all Blood and Guts figures, as we know, but you get the extra hands, you get all the accessories, you get the blood, you dare I say, get the guts. An amazing looking figure. Coming in, number 4. We've hit the halfway point in our Blood and Guts countdown at number 3. Do you got your list together? Put it in the comments down below. And while you're here, make sure you sub the channel and check out my podcast for Blood and Guts every single week as I dive into everything with the Kyle Peterson Show. You'll hear the Blood and Guts for my personal life each week, and maybe my wife's too. You never know. But check that out if you haven't as well. But now, number 3 selection, we're going to the Blood and Guts set that started it all off. And we're going to one guy that was pretty good in the Blood and Guts department in his, I don't know if short stay in AEW. I guess you could say short stay in AEW. A guy that's all over WWE TV. It is our friend, good friend of the channel, Cody Rhodes from Blood and Guts Series 1, the first ever 2-pack with his brother Dustin. A fabulous match that really put AEW on the radar of a lot of people. Love this version of Bloody Cody. Now, the Dustin, a little bit to be desired. I'm going to say, spoiler alert here, he is not on this list, as that figure is just way too tall, way too big, and he does, of course, is covered up in his bodysuits. There's not as much Blood and Guts opportunity like there is for Cody, who's got blood all over the place, blood on the boots, and he's even got the serial killer madman hands here, where he's got blood all over his fingertips. Just absolutely cool. You got the blood in the hair, you got the mad face going on. Basically a repaint of Cody Series 1 in the Unrivaled collection, but still a fabulous one. And Cody, a guy that's not scared of Blood and Guts, as we do know. And the first ever Blood and Guts figure comes in, number 3. Getting closer and closer to the end of the line, like a young traveling Wilburys once upon a time, as we're at the number 2 selection here. And this one, another amazing 2-pack. As I said earlier, Ringside Collectibles is the exclusive home to the Blood and Guts line. And this was part of a 2-pack with one Jon Moxley, who already been on this list one time. Who are we going to? Well, we're going to Kenny Omega. Now, we've had a million Kenny Omega figures. We've had a million, Cody figures. We had a million Bucks figures. But Kenny's right there at the top. And if I'm not mistaken, Kenny had the most AEW Jazwares figures as of filming of this video. But this one stands out for me. Yes, he had Amazing Supreme, but this Blood and Guts possibly is my favorite Kenny Omega figure we got. Obviously because of the Blood and Guts. But Kenny, when he shows up for a street fight, when he shows up for a war, he does it old school style. Just like I do, Todd, and you need to learn the ways on this. But when I go to a fight, I go to a fight on the weekend sometimes, I show up in cowboy boots and blue jeans, usually a nice belt buckle just in case with a nice belt, and maybe like a bandana wrapped to my arm or around my thigh or something like that, just in case, of course. And Kenny went to that school as well. He's got the cutoff shirt going on. He's got the blue jeans here. He's got the knee pads over the jeans, which is truly a power move, as we do know. If you're going to a street fight, you're going to a bunkhouse brawl, you got to put those knee pads. You got to protect your knees, Todd, but you got to put it over the top of the jeans. It's the only way to do it, and Kenny living that life right here. But I love the hair on this one. You got the Kenny kind of perm going on, but you got the blood, just the goo in there. You can just feel like it would be sticky and just thick. Looks amazing. And then, of course, if you're ever in a street fight, you're in a war, maybe a war games, you wear those white shirts. You get the blood on there. It's extra effect, of course. Blood on the arms, blood all over the place. Just a fabulous rendition of Kenny Omega. A very, very fun figure. And it comes in at number 2, which means like a young Highlander, there can only be one. What is the greatest Blood and Guts figure of all time? Well, stay tuned. Here we are. We've hit the number 1 Blood and Guts figure from the AEW Jazwares brand as of all time. Once again, a fabulous, fabulous line. Very sad to see this coming to an end. Very sad to see Jazwares and AEW going their separate ways. Hopefully there's constant learning, constant improvement in the future. Hopefully we get stuff in the future. But as of right now, we got to leave the memories alone, and we'll all remember how fun it was to get Blood and Guts figures throughout the last 5-6 years. What is time once again? But we got one left. And what is going to be the number 1 Blood and Guts figure? It was easy for me when I did a mental Rolodex and I started to make my list. This was the first thing that popped in my mind. It stayed that way over time. Who is number 1? Well, it is CM Punk from the MJF 2-pack. Now, the CM Punk is a little bit oddly proportioned compared to that MJF, but as a standalone by himself, absolutely amazing. Of course, dog collar match. You do get the collars with this, which is extra value as well, as is the MJF figure. But you get a pretty cool looking Punk here. I love the face on this one, the screaming, yelling head. This is an amazing Punk head sculpt here. Jazwares sometimes gets a hard time about their faces, but man, when they do it right sometimes as well, like this CM Punk. Very similar to Jakks back in the day. People say that's so Jakks, but you go back and look at some of these Ruthless Aggression classic superstar head sculpts. There are some amazing heads there, and this CM Punk is absolutely amazing. I love the white trunks on this one, the blood splatter against the colorful tattoos. You got the taped up fist, the taped up forearm, full of blood as well. This is the definition of playing all the bloody hits right here. A fabulous, fabulous CM Punk, and a 2-pack that has really risen in price in the aftermarket the last couple of years. But if you have this one, you know how good it is. I'm glad I got a double up. I'm a double up club member on the Blood and Guts stuff, and I'm very happy to be, because this is a fabulous figure, and I'm glad I owe it 2 different times. And that is the #1 Blood and Guts figure of all time. One of these days, maybe we'll do a top 10 bloody figure countdown where I could bring in the Terry Funk Classic Superstars figure. Maybe that New Jack will cut across there. Abdullah the Butcher from the Pinnacle line as well. We've got more bloody figures. No, I'm not going all the way back to those Figure Toy Company ones way back when. No way. No way, Todd. All those bloody ones. Who wants a bloody Cowboy Bob Orton? Come on, what are we doing with those? But there's been a lot of bloody figures, a lot more than maybe you think of sometimes. And now that Mattel is dabbling in, I mean, maybe they're seeing a place in the market where they can get some extra sales via ringside. Be interested to see where it all ends up going here in the future. But as we know, as of right now, filming here in May 2026, the Blood and Guts line is done. And these are, for sure, my top 5 favorites as they close out the line. But once again, what's your top 5 favorite? How does this line look for you? Did you pick up any of these figures? Are you one that doesn't like bloody figures? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support the channel and all the content it does bring. You know there's plenty of content to keep you busy. Appreciate all the support out there. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. If you want to shoot me an email, that is also the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, every Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with videocast on YouTube. So for the top 5 blood and gut figures of all time, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
Time's are bad, and when the time